I'm a Pennsylvanian. This is my Scout. And this is Coffee Stop. Welcome to Coffee Stop, episode 10. Now, our coffee for this episode is Texian Army from Panhandle here on the square in Granbury, Texas. It's not bad. Pretty easy on the palate. Good roasted flavor. It's not a bad coffee. I should have brought more of it with me. But today, we're going to take today to fulfill a subscriber request. We were asked if we had a Rugrat pin on our vest, which we do not. I may have watched Rugrats as a child. I didn't care enough for it to put a pin on my vest. Not at all. But we'll take today and we'll explain riding vests. You see, there's colors, there's a cut, and then there's just a vest. I'm not part of a motorcycle club. I don't have colors. I don't have a cut. I'm also, again, not part of a motorcycle club. Cuts are specific to motorcycle clubs, as are colors. I don't have those. I just have a vest. Now, vests get to be pretty interesting. I don't know how best to throw this up there. Boom. Vests can be pretty interesting. For mine, everything on the left side, that's me. That's personal expression, stuff like that. Everything on the right side are riding accomplishments. Or something to do with riding accomplishments. I have to say that because of the pin that caused this uproar. This one right here. Now, it's a close-up video or a close-up picture you're seeing. This pin, specifically, it's a gremlin. So, normally, as a motorcyclist, you have a gremlin bell. It goes on the very bottom of your bike. It's to keep the road gremlins from clinging to you and your bike and causing problems for you. I had several people swear up and down they were going to make sure they got me a bell. I'm still riding around on my beautiful bell-less Betsy. But, because I have had problems with road gremlins, I decided I would get a pin and put a pin on my vest. And I was looking for the World War II gremlins. So you have two options there. You have Disney's Gremlin, which is Gremlin Gus, or you have the one that I have, which is the Warner Brothers version of a gremlin from a World War II cartoon. Now, that cartoon is called Wild Hare, and it's got Bugs Bunny, and he's going on a bombing run over Germany, and the gremlin's tearing his plane apart. But in order to appease the road gremlins, I made sure I had something on my vest that explained to these road gremlins that I was very well aware of their existence. I wasn't just disregarding them. And please, leave my bike alone. Because I have had some very strange issues with my bike, particularly Indiana into Illinois, where one of my signals, my indicators, stopped working because the wire came out of the wiring harness, rubbed on my back tire, and rubbed out of existence. So, because I don't have a gremlin bell, I got a pin to help keep the gremlins from clinging to my bike. I'd rather they cling to me. I can bounce back from an injury. I don't want to have to deal with Betsy bouncing back from an injury. Moving on. We'll stay on the accomplishments side. Now, I have my miles, what I've accomplished on the bike. Now, we have gone past 10,000 miles, Betsy and I. We're actually in the 11s right now, pushing 12. But Indian Motorcycle has mileage patches. So I put those on. They also have the same exact patches on my helmet, because sometimes I'm not wearing my vest. Like today, I was wearing my bomber jacket. But I've also put a wonderful, wonderful Indian vintage patch above my miles, so that instead of people coming up and like getting real close and squinting to go, oh, Indian, now they can just see Indian and see that I have put on some miles. To the side and back, but really the side now. I've got my states, which ones I've been in, and it's color coded. So for my home state, it's blue because that's the color of Pennsylvania. That's our state flag's color. So Pennsylvania's blue. Where I putzed around for the month before I took off west, that's a lighter blue. And then once I get into the long distance travel, the first part of my trip, everywhere I went, that's filled in green. When I landed in Missouri and stayed in Missouri for 3 months, everywhere me and the bike went, that's a lighter green. And then I have my trip down here to Texas. So Oklahoma and Texas, they're both orange. Anywhere I travel, while down here in Texas, if I go into another state, that state will be filled in as orange because that denotes this section, this part of my journey. The California license plate, that's because I've sustained 88 miles an hour for an extended period of time on the bike. I just didn't have a flux capacitor. Had I a flux capacitor, I might have found myself back in 1995, which, again, we went over this last coffee stop, would have been 30 years. But I have the license plate from the DeLorean to point out that I have gone and sustained 88 miles an hour. On the back, I have my bike vest patch and the passport rocker, because I did finish the passport for Lake of the Ozarks Bike Week. So I put it on the back. Initially it was up under the armpit, but it came off. And then I saw another rider during Bike Week that had all of his rally patches along the back, and then he just stacked them as he finished another year of the rally, which I thought was really cool and a really great way to do it, so I've stolen that for my own vest. As you can see, nothing on the back, because I am not part of a motorcycle club, I am not part of a riding club. I don't have anything on the back of my vest. And again, I have to stress, this is a vest. This is not colors. This is not a cut. I'm not part of that lifestyle in the motorcycling community. I do not have that. I have a riding vest. But there's nothing on the back. However, when you get over to the left side, this is all me. And the left side I'm using to showcase who I am. Now, see if I can't get this to stay in some sort of a very good way. Kinda. That'll work. So, at the top, over my heart, normally somebody would put the American flag there. Generally, you'll see American flags up on the top left part of a riding vest. You were supposed to put your country of origin there. I've put my Commonwealth there. I've always identified as a Pennsylvanian, regardless of where I've been. Even when I was in French Canada, I explained to the guy at the bar I was a Pennsylvanian, not an American. Yeah. So, I put the Pennsylvania flag over my heart. And that's where it stays. Now, I've got a new pin here that just came in the other day with my riding mile tags. It's the Indian Motorcycle Riders Group pin. Now, I'm here down in Texas. I'm not too far from Fort Worth, and it's easy enough just to pop over to Fort Worth on the weekends and see what's going on, see if there's a group ride at the Indian dealership. And I had a great time on that group ride last weekend. So I picked up the Riders Group pin. I signed up for it on the Indian website as well, which gives you exclusive perks, I guess. I don't know. I'm not going to jump into the whole elite group. I don't want to have to pay a yearly subscription. The regular Riders Group is free. So I've got the Indian Motorcycle Riders Group pin. That's a new addition. My Pirate Gold, that's a replacement. Now, you guys may remember from my videos during Bike Week, I did have my Pirate Gold, and it was painted gold. I lost that my last couple weeks in Missouri. It came flying off my vest at some point, so I had to get a replacement. I'm just not going to paint it gold. But my Pirate Gold, now, I'm a pirate. I love rum. Rum is my preferred hard liquor drink. It's just the way it is. I also love the ocean when I get to see it. I mean, I scared my nephew half to death the one day I ended up down at the beach with them last summer, because I went running into the surf. Like, I went running into the water, and he's not big on the waves crashing against the beach, and I just went charging in, smiling like an idiot, because I hadn't seen the ocean in like a decade. But, yeah, I identify as a pirate, so naturally I put the pin on my vest. Delco! Those of you from my area know exactly what that means. Initially, I was trying to get a smaller patch in the same colors as the flag, and I was going to put it up underneath the flag. But that's not what I ordered. I mean, that is exactly what I ordered, but it wasn't what I thought it would be. So I've put it over one of my pockets on the flap. It's still on the side that is me, but very much from Delco. It's water, it flows in a creek. Proper American English for all yous. And then at the bottom here, I've got a patriotic Mickey Mouse. So I can do a Mickey Mouse voice. It's just not something you'd normally hear a grown man do. But I can do it, and I can make Mickey say some pretty terrible things. But really, that pin represents family to me. I mean, my family, we spend a lot of time in Disney World. It is a lot of fun. It's just expensive. I picked up that pin while I was down there this past April with my family, and my nephew and niece were down there as well. So I found a pin that was very much me, an America pin, as much as I do identify as a Pennsylvanian. Yeah, very patriotic. But that pin seemed to work, and I decided to put it on the vest. But as it goes, right now, I don't really have any of the patches or pins that I want to put on my vest. I'd like to find a really good one for coffee, about coffee, but I haven't found one I liked. That would end up here on the left side because it's something that is an identifier for me. I plan on doing the Three Sisters before I leave Texas, so I'll have to find a patch to put on the right side there. But my vest is very much a work in progress. So as I go along, I'll find something or I'll do something and I want to immortalize it, and that happens on the vest. But again, I do have to point this out. It is a vest in my case. A vest. It is not a cut. It is not colors. Not associated or affiliated with any motorcycle or riding club. You will never see a big patch in the middle of my back. The only one you might see is the coat of arms and the two horses from the Pennsylvania flag, but nobody makes that, so I don't have it, so it is not on the back of my vest. Besides, everyone that gets behind me already knows I'm from Pennsylvania because I still have my Pennsylvania tags, and I hope I always have my Pennsylvania tags. But yes, that is my vest as it currently sits right now. And we'll just take it down and fold it. Where else to go here? I don't know. Yeah, I mean that's a description of everything on the vest, all because somebody turned around and said, "Hey, is that a Rugrats pin?" The motorcycle community, at least the motorcycle communities that I've met, talked to, been involved with, everyone tends to use their vest to showcase what's important to them. A lot of people, a lot of veterans especially, will have the American flag and what service they were in. They'll put patches from the units they were in on there. Again, another one of the people I saw during Bike Week just had all of the rallies they'd been to. It's a way of expression. It's a way of, you walk into a group and everyone can see, okay, here's what they've done, here's this, here's that. It's a good way to be social because someone's going to come up and be like, oh, what's that about? Or, hey, that's nice. Expression mixed with safety, because leather, guys, leather. It will always work better than everything else when it comes to road rash, which, God willing, I never have to deal with. But we'll kick it off there, guys. We'll keep it all short and sweet. Still waiting to get some of the videos done. The Been There and Done that I've been working on is taking a lot of time because I have to capture 5-6 seconds and then stretch it. But hopefully it'll be worth it. We'll find out. I am working on a new segment called Shifting Gears, which I'm still going through the process of organizing. But hopefully we can get that up here in the next couple weeks. It's a lot of work doing this all by myself while also doing work. So bear with me, guys. I know it's been like one video a week for a while, if not no videos. I'm trying. It just takes a while. And while I've been here in Texas, it's been like I'm back in the 1990s because the internet is slow, spotty, and yeah, no TV, no cable. Back in the 90s, I guess I did time travel. Damn it. But that's all I've got today, guys. Um, like, comment, subscribe if you feel like it. Every little bit helps. It helps me know that people are watching this and they're interested in it. If you guys have any suggestions for any rides around Texas, let me know. I'll see if I can't do it. I'm working on some other things as well outside of what I already told you, but they're long-term projects that aren't necessarily for your enjoyment. They're actually for the greater riding community and helping out ride captains, road captains. But yeah, that's what I got for you guys. I hope you enjoy your Sunday. I hope you have a fantastic Thanksgiving. Take care of yourselves, keep your two wheels down, and I will talk to yous later.